Okay, while studying or while teaching English, at one point I came to realize that nearly all students, irrespective of their level, of their age, they have some problems with their vocabulary. So very often, even adults learn vocabulary, then they tend to forget it. It's especially true about collocations, prepositions, and so on. So I tried to find some good tool, technological tool, to help to facilitate this process of acquiring the English vocabulary. So my first question is, do you know any applications, sites, or programs that can help students to learn the vocabulary? Can you, in your pairs, for 2 minutes, discuss the question?
I was very so I was very I saw that you told me too cold, so.
And I had this question about it. I learned a lot about it.
Is he also in hometown?
Yeah, Rosetta's one is great.
Okay, so what are the applications that you know? Programs, applications, anything? Yeah.
NPF.
So what's it about? What does it
This is an application for Android operational system or for iPhones. It's okay too. It is in form of a flashcard, so you write down the English word or whatever language you choose, and on the back side of the back card you write the translation. And every time you use it, it appears the word in English or the language that you learned. And you should think, okay, so maybe I know the word perfectly, and you translate it at the moment. And you put a grade for yourself. There is like...
it's for language learning, it's for vocabulary, yes?
Yes, so we're specifically talking about vocabulary, yes? So, yeah, you can write there phrases, whatever, it's just like in the form of a card. You can see 2 fonts or program it Russian to English or English to Russian, or it doesn't matter.
What is it called? What?
NPF.
NPF. Thank you. Anything else? Oh yeah.
It's sort of a quiz. Basically, it's just 4 options. You choose one of them correct. And people use their smartphones, and the one who answers right and gets it really fast gets the most points. So it's not just about getting the right answer, it's also about getting the right answer first. And it's very competitive, and kids love it, teens love it, and actually when you tell them, like, don't hide your phones, you're going to use them, they're like, please.
It's great, but the only problem is to have good internet connection, because otherwise
it's going to be...
we have the same function in this program, so I'll tell you about it as well. Anything else?
Top rate. Quiz.
Top rate?
Yeah, I think it's called Top Rate. I haven't yet tried it.
So there are a lot of useful tools. I am sure that maybe all of them are useful, or maybe some of them are more useful than the others. I'm going to tell you about the tool I'm using a lot with my students. Maybe you would like them to use it a lot. So QUIZLET is an online learning tool which trains students via flashcards and various games and tests. It's not only for vocabulary. Actually, in the world, it's used for any sciences where students need to learn long lists of terms, terminology in any sphere. So they just write the word, the definition, and then they practice a lot. So every month, over 20 million active learners from 130 countries practice and master more than 140 million study sets on various subjects and topics. So it's a very popular site worldwide, not only for learning English. So how it works? First of all, you can practice it on the web using QUIZLET.com, where you register, you sign in, and then you start using it. Or there is a special application for Android, which you download, and the same you can use it via your smartphone. So, first step is to create a set of words. This is an example of, for example, I'm using the book Straightforward for Intermediate, and I want my students to practice the vocabulary for Unit 5D. I create a set. So in the first column you see the phrase or a word. In the second I type the definition. So theoretically you do it just by typing everything together. Yes, you type the word, you type the definition. So with elementary students it's a good idea to add the pictures. Here you don't need to Google the picture to add it. You just do the following thing. Here you have the option. You can see it. Yes? You write an eye, and it automatically provides you with several pictures of an eye. So you just click on the image that you like, and that's it. So you don't need to search anything. So it takes you 5 seconds to find the proper image. Then, so yeah, theoretically you can think that it takes a lot of time after every lesson to type all the words with the definition. So what can make your life easier? First of all, the sets can be imported from Word, Excel, and Google Docs. So it means that if there are some glossary of terms, for example, for English file, for straightforward, ready-made, so you can just copy, simplify the definitions, that's for sure. You need to do it especially for elementary students. Then you create Excel file, for example. This is an Excel file. Then in the Quizlet, can you see it? You push the import from Word, Excel, Google Docs. You push the button. Then you just copy and paste. And that's what you have as a result. So it really makes your life easier, but again, using the glossaries, you should spend some time simplifying it, because sometimes they are really confusing. What I also do, I add A articles to countable nouns, then I add to verbs to signal this is a verb or a verbal phrase. Then, next step. The next very useful tip is that there are thousands of ready-made Quizlet sets from different course books all around the world, made by teachers from other countries. So you can, there are hundreds of them about English file, if you use this book for example. There are hundreds about solutions. So what you do, you just choose the book that you like. Like you need, for example, English file, intermediate, unit 1B. You find the good ready-made set. You think, yeah, it's good. I like the pictures here. I like the definitions. Then you press the copy button. You push the copy button. And now it is your set. So you can introduce any changes, remove some definitions, add some definitions, change the pictures, just simplify some definitions, anything like this. So this is the set. Now it's mine. I can change the name of it and use it for my students. So in fact, if you after some practice, it takes you like 10 minutes to make a set for your group. So what we can do with it? So after you created this set, you send the link to your students via the email or any other, Facebook, whatever. So then they get the link, they open it, and they now can play with these cards, with these words, using 7 games. So we have 7 games here. Flashcards, non-module, spell, test, match, gravity, and live. It's live. It's for the one that's very similar to Kahoot. So you can also practice this. So I have it, I think I'll show you it in the online version, how it works to understand it. The flashcards. First they learn, so we have the picture, and they click,
Is that first?
and they actually can hear the pronunciation. So they hear the picture. So they just practice listening, repeating, and so on. If you don't like the pronunciation, you can actually record your own pronunciation. Yeah.
He's got a toothache.
Just listen and repeat and practice. What's it we do next? Usually after it, I ask them to match it.
Make everything disappear.
Yeah, so like he's got cold, that's it. His back hurts, stomachache. Is where is stomachache? Oh my god, here it is. He feels sick. This is. And so on. Actually, you can, if they finish, if the fast finishers, they'll have the result. Wow, you won. You got the first. You did it the quickest.
And if they make a mistake,
Just okay. Let's show you. Okay, for example, it doesn't work. Look, yes, it doesn't work. Nothing happens. So they need to do this correctly. And they actually get, even adults get really hooked. So, wow, I should do, can I do it again, please? I should do it faster. I can do it faster. So then you can look at the learning module. Okay, so you type it. So he's got a stomachache, for example. And if the answer is not correct, it shows no, wrong, try again, or this is the correct one. What is good? Okay, I don't know. There is also, I can't see it here, but usually you can also, there is a little star. So if you feel that you don't remember the word, you can tick the star, and now it's your like, so you will practice a lot with this little star. Oh, spelling.
He's got a stomachache.
To practice spelling, you just hear something and you type it. But here I have the, but very often I just have the sound of the word, so we practice doing this with the word. Then you can do the gravity. So, a large asteroid is falling on the Earth and we need to save it somehow. Okay, let's go. Yes, I did it.
Boom.
Save the world.
Well, I don't remember the phrase, so I will fail it now. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. So
He's
yeah,
happy.
it will be destroyed.
Что надо сделать? Стрелять?
So that's how it works again. So they, good thing that they just don't learn it by heart. They just play, and the choir playing. Finally, they do the test. So again, you have here all types of tasks. Written, matching, multiple choice, true, false. You can choose 2 or 3 or 4 as you wish, and you can choose the number of questions. For example, let's choose all tasks. So they do this task online, then they do the matching task, multiple choice, and true, false. That's how it works. It's the same. Matching. Yeah, another thing. For example, you started unit 1 of English 5. Now you want 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1B, 1A, 1B, and so on. Now you want them to revise it all together. So you can combine several sets together. You combine and you create the test for all, for example, I created something for, yeah, you can combine straightforward elementary 9C, 9D, and I added 10A. So I want them to practice it all together. Then, next, a very good option, which is very useful for teachers, is that you can print a lot of things. So let's see what you can print. So you can print a table, a glossary, small flashcards, flashcards, and just a second, I have them in print.
Yes.
So I'll give. So this is a table. We print it like this. Then a very good thing about speaking about flashcards is that it automatically generates two double-sided flashcards. So you just remember, you just don't do anything. After you created the set, you print it and you have double-sided. You just cut it and use it during the class, using all the useful tips that Kharkiv has provided us with, right? This is very useful. So you can make it one-sided, you can make it double-sided, as you wish. So you can do matching tasks. Cards can be little, cards can be small, and they can be a big card, like this. And you can also print the test and bring it to the class. So what I do for my students, well, did you check your Quizlet? Because today I got the test for you. So 5 minutes before at the beginning of the lesson, they quickly do the test, we check it, and I see who studied the vocabulary at home and who didn't. So a good thing, even with elementary students, is that they get used to definitions, because they are usually very defensive, saying, well, translation is more useful, I don't understand, but after some practice, actually they find it normal, and they use it a lot during the class. So that's what you can print, and it takes you 5 seconds to create it. Then, what else can we practice with the help of Quizlet? So yes, you can have the word, the phrase, and the definition. We can have prepositions, as in this case, to follow, love somebody. So you need in and with, or to be crazy somebody, they need to put about. So they do the same kind of task, but they will just type the word about. Then, we can practice the opposites. So beautiful is the opposite of ugly. So it's very good for the matching task, or one matching task, for example. Irregular verbs. Break, broke, the same. If you give them, provide them with a list of, actually you can create the set of all irregular verbs, for example, and they practice, and acquire this. If you need your students to know grammar terms, like pronouns, nouns, you can create the set for this as well. And it can be used for FC, for example, or CE, or any other kind of exam. For example, you checked homework where they had to do the open clause, and then you see that they make one typical mistake later. So they like 2 problematic sentences. So then you copy the sentence, you paste it into Quizlet, and they can do it at home. So certainly it's easy for them to do a lot of it. But there are always some problematic collocations, prepositions, and they can just create open close set with a lot of it. And by the end of the year, they will have all problematic words in one set. Talking about multiple choice. Again, you just copy difficult things and just paste it into one. Key transformations, same. You have the task and they match it, or they should type the right answer with difficult things. Word formation, the same can be used for the same purposes. And finally, like kind of a summary. So what are the benefits of Quizlet for your students? They don't learn the vocabulary by heart, they just practice it, play games, and acquire the language naturally. Then, students know exactly what vocabulary they need to learn each lesson. Because usually there is a question, so we had a lot of unknown words in the text, shall we learn them or not? No, we don't do it. We just learn some target vocabulary, plus we add some interesting maybe collocations from the text. So we don't ask you this question, we know what they need before the test. Then students can revise vocabulary they have studied even after the course is over. So it is, these sets are with them forever. And just believe me, they will remember you forever after it. Just because, yeah, well, we finished, yes, but they can still come back and revise this. Students can create their own sets of practical vocabulary they find particularly difficult. So they just copy it, again, they use your sets, they make copy, and they delete everything they don't need, and they create their own set. Yeah. Anything, maybe you have any experience teaching with this tool, or you have any ideas how else we can use it? There is also a Kahoot, like in Kahoot. I can't practice it now, but let me.
It will be shown in another seminar, so you don't need
She
to.
wants to show previous experience.
That's right, so the voice. Oh, okay. That's fine.
So yeah, this live thing. If you push the button, it's my set is too short, so it doesn't create any game for it. But it's at least 10 or 15 words. It can generate the game. So I can't explain it to you right now. So you can, but there is a tutorial how to use it. So yes, it's the same. They have your students get access like code from the screen. They put it into their smartphones. And they, in pairs can, or in groups, can have kind of competition who answers the question more quicker.
Actually, we'll have a seminar on that, so they'll be shown Kahoot later. Also,
So
too.
it works in a similar way. Yes?
On Quizlet. Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.